Why is sleep your secret weapon for weight loss? And not even just weight loss, but fat loss. I don't like the term weight loss, and just better vitality, energy, mental state. Your sleep is so important. Welcome back, ladies, to Menopause Made Easy with Tanya, helping you to thrive after 45. I'm your host, Tanya. And I have been in this health and wellness space for over 30 years. I have many, many, many certifications in movement, nutrition, behavioral change, and also I have a certification to teach sleep because a lot of people have issues with sleep. And we're going to dive into that today because it is super important. So if you've ever found yourself thinking, I just need to diet harder, or I'll sleep when I'm dead, all right, or what does sleep have to do with my health or my waistline, then this episode is for you. We're going to explore why sleep is not just a luxury, it's a biological necessity, especially during and after menopause, and how it directly impacts your ability to lose weight, lose fat, make smart food choices, move your body, think more clearly, regulate your cravings. I mean, it's a powerhouse. I'm going to introduce you to two women because you've told me that you like that. And Debbie is diet obsessed Debbie. And then we're going to also look at sleep smart Susan. Debbie is 61. She's tried every diet under the sun: keto, low fat, fasting, low carb. She's got apps, charts, calorie trackers, you name it, but she's still stuck. And she tells herself, I just need more discipline. I need to diet harder. She sleeps maybe 5 or 6 hours a night. She wakes up groggy. She hits the coffee, and then by 3 p.m., she's reaching for sugar and she blames herself. So just notice maybe you're 100% Debbie, maybe you're 50% Debbie, maybe you're not even Debbie at all. Then we have sleep smart Susan. Now she's also 61. And she's also tried dieting for years with little to show for it. And when I'm talking about diets, I'm talking about the diets that people go on and they either A, don't get any results because they give up, B, they do get results, but then they start to trickle back in some of their old habits and gain their weight back. My approach has always been slow, sustainable shifts over time. You have to figure out where you are starting from and then make the next simplest shift. Okay. So Susan, she's decided to take a different approach. And she said, maybe it's not just what I'm eating, but I've heard a lot about sleep. I'm going to just pay attention to my sleep for a while. She starts to prioritize her sleep, getting 7 to 9 hours. She is going to um, say that she's not going to look at any screens 2 hours before bed. She's going to get outside for her morning light. She's cooled down her room and she has some calming nighttime rituals. And guess what? I mean, this is just crazy. She's not only losing inches, she's also not craving sugar all the time. And her food choices are naturally healthier. Her energy is better. Her hormones are more balanced. So, what's going on here? What does sleep actually have to do with weight loss? Let's get into some science because that always helps. When we don't sleep well, your hunger hormone goes up. So, ghrelin goes up. I call it the hungry gremlin. And ghrelin is your hunger hormone. When you're sleep deprived, your body produces more ghrelin, which means you feel hungrier even if you've eaten enough. Then your leptin, which is your fullness signal, goes down. So leptin tells your brain when you're full. And sleep deprivation reduces leptin, so you're less satisfied even after a big meal. Then you have your cortisol rising, which is a stress hormone, and it stays elevated when you don't sleep well. High cortisol equals your body holding on to fat, especially around the belly. Then Your insulin sensitivity drops because lack of sleep makes you less sensitive to insulin, meaning your blood sugar is harder to control and you store more fat. You crave more carbs, your brain is foggy and tired, and it craves quick energy, usually in the form of simple carbs, sugar, and caffeine. That's why the next day after a poor night's sleep, you're like reaching for muffins, chips, lattes. You want that quick sugar hit. Mm. All right, so let's have some real life examples just to see. And again, maybe you're Debbie, maybe you're Susan, maybe you're somewhere in between. Okay, and you have to again just you have to look at your life and see what the next best step is for you. Debbie is sleep deprived. Her body is screaming for fuel. She's irritable, craving sugar, and holding on to belly fat. Susan is rested. Her ghrelin and leptin are in balance. Her cortisol is lower. She feels in control of her food choices and doesn't feel deprived. Sleep isn't a passive activity. It's where your body regulates hormones, repairs metabolism, and resets your willpower. And we are in January right now. It's dark. This is really the time we want more sleep, more rest. We want to actually be doing less. Something to think about. So, how do we fix our sleep to help with weight loss? Let's talk about some strategy. All right. So, here are some key steps. Notice what time you're going to bed, what time you're going and waking up. Just notice that first. Are you going to bed and waking up consistently at the same time day after day after day after day? Because your circadian rhythm thrives on consistency. Are you getting morning light exposure? Within 10 minutes of sunlight, are you going outside? Because this anchors your sleep cycle for the night ahead. Are you cutting screen time an hour or two before bed? Blue light blocks melatonin, which is your sleep hormone. Okay, so if you're not sleeping well, that could be the reason that you're seeing too much blue light. Is your bedroom between the temperatures of 18 to 20 degrees Celsius, 65 to 68? Because when your body is cool, it sleeps better. And do you have a wind down routine before going to bed? Do you have a bath, some tea, some gentle stretches, or what are you doing? Okay. Are you just watching the news and then going straight to bed? So just notice, do you have a nice wind down routine? And then let's reframe the diet mindset. We can diet our face off. My goodness, this diet industry takes so much of our money. It is one part of the equation because if you're not sleeping properly through the night, you're really fighting an uphill battle. Your metabolism, your hormones, your cravings, they're all tied to sleep. You don't need more restriction, you need more restoration. And this is especially true during this perimenopause, menopausal transition, and even journey when your whole hormonal landscape is shifting. 5 takeaways from today's episode. Sleep regulates the hormones that control hunger and fullness, which is ghrelin and leptin. Lack of sleep increases your cravings for sugar and carbohydrates due to low energy and high cortisol. Good sleep improves insulin sensitivity and helps your body burn more fat efficiently. You make better food choices when you're rested, which supports sustainable weight loss. And you cannot out diet poor sleep. So if you're stuck, start with your sleep. You can decide if you want to be like Debbie or Susan, right? And just remember, you don't need another diet. You need deeper rest. You don't need to eat less. If you have a pretty balanced diet, you need to sleep more. And when you improve your sleep, everything else starts to fall into place. Now, remember, I don't know where you are on your diet, I like to use the word nutrition, your movement, your sleep. your stress, your light cycles. So you have to take into consideration where you are. And if you've been trying other things and it's not working, maybe spend some time on your sleep. And if you need some help, please reach out and we can chat. Until next time, my lovely ladies, remember you are vibrant, you are energetic, and in this season of life right now, take the opportunity to enjoy the darkness and restore your your deeper healing, let's call it, because a well-rested life is waiting for you. Healthy hugs, everybody, and enjoy your day.